Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. We'll start with the pledge.
The United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In your way today. Okay, has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting? Entertain a motion for approval.
Motion to approve.
There's a second.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Marsh, seconded by Commissioner Dalzell to approve the minutes from the last meeting. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, motion carried. Sally?
Okay, now we're going to do a reorganization of the chair. So I need nominations for the chair of the commission board.
I'll nominate Joanne.
I'll nominate Cody Beaner.
Any other nomination?
Any other nominations?
But another time.
Any nominations? Okay, roll call vote. Joanne
For
or for Craig? For what? For Craig.
Oh.
Craig was first. Commissioner Marsh? No. Commissioner Dalzell?
no.
Commissioner Pelton?
No.
Commissioner Kleeman?
Yes.
Commissioner Beaner?
No.
Okay, motion failed. The next was for Commissioner Marsh. Commissioner Marsh? No. Commissioner Dalzell?
No.
Commissioner Pelton?
Yes.
Commissioner Kleeman?
Yes.
Commissioner Beaner?
No.
Okay, motion failed. The next one is for Commissioner Beaner. Commissioner Marsh? Yes. Commissioner Dalzell?
Yes.
Commissioner Pelton?
No.
Commissioner Kleeman?
No.
Commissioner Beaner?
I can't.
Yeah, you
That
can.
was, huh?
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
You can vote.
yes.
Motion passes. Now we will do one for the vice chair. Any nominations? I nominate Craig Pelton.
Nominate Joanne.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, so first for Craig Pelton, Commissioner Marsh? Yes. Commissioner Dalzell?
Yes.
Commissioner Pelton? Commissioner Kleeman?
Yeah.
Commissioner Beaner?
Yes.
Motion passes. So the new chair is Cody and vice chair is Craig Pelton.
Okay. Now we'll move on to the agenda. Is there any additions, Commissioner Marsh,
No.
Commissioner Dalzell,
No.
Mr. Pelton,
No.
Commissioner Kleeman?
Nope.
Okay, and I have none either. I'd entertain a motion for approval the way the agenda is.
Motion to approve?
Motion made by Commissioner Marsh, seconded by Commissioner Kleeman to approve the agendas with the agenda. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Now we'll turn it over to David with the road department.
Thank you. Carl is not going to make it today. He's got some things going on, but really since our last meeting has been kind of the holidays, so really nothing's changed at all on his end anyway. So is there any questions on any of his projects? So they're kind of moving along. I think most of them are waiting on SHPO, so that's where we're at with those. And then golf course, we're going to begin easements here real close because we got those ones ready. So that's where we're at with Carl. If there's no questions, we'll go ahead and move on to Daryl. Darren. Yeah, the D word. It's a new year. I didn't get your year right either, so we'll just go ahead and say it's a new year and you should change your name now, I guess.
Yes, happy new
Mhm.
year, everyone. And my update is pretty small too, with the holiday season going on. But the thing is still waiting to hear back from the attorneys. I was actually just texting Corey Stern here, ring two, and he still hasn't heard back for the comments and revisions that they want us to. Frustrated, so this year though, I promise. Hopefully it'll be by next commission, I'm guessing. So when I sent an email yesterday to the attorneys, Jenna's attorney had an automatic reply on there that she wasn't back in the office until today, so. Once we get that, everybody's ready to sign and we can bid the project. The next item that I have, I didn't have Manning up there. Joanne, I said I got digital plans for you and whatnot, and then I'll bring hard copies for you for your meeting that we coming up. The 2024 projects, David, we need to set up a meeting to go over this plan review. Coordinate that out to, wasn't sure if we wanted to address Scott Bice or if we were ready to talk about that yet. If not, we can do that next.
Yeah, we're not ready yet.
And then last but not least, again, is the 79th. If you guys remember, they went out there and did some of the repairs on the erosion control devices. They're not done. We're not closing the contract out. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Darren? Daryl?
Daryl?
Other brother Daryl.
Sorry about that, Darren, by the way. The same with Mr. Cattermas. Like I said, with the holidays here, there's no movement on this end either, so he's not gonna make her today either. But again, really no movement or update since the last meeting. So that leaves Jeremy, I got your name right, so 1 out of 2.
Morning. So really have 2 or 3 things to discuss or update. Construction projects, we still have that one active project on 7th Street. Martin Construction is building that. We have pay estimate number 6. The total for that of the last 2 weeks is $95,863.81, which we're recommending payment on.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we pay Martin Construction pay estimate number 6 in the amount of $95,863.81.
There's a second.
Second?
Motion made by Commissioner Pelton, seconded by Commissioner Dalzell to approve pay estimate number 6 to Martin Construction on 7th Street, Charlie's Pass, in the amount of $95,863.81. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Marsh? Yes. Commissioner Dalzell?
Yes.
Commissioner Pelton?
Yes.
Commissioner Kleeman?
Yes.
Commissioner Beaner?
Yes, motion carried.
So for the kind of update on the project itself, by the end of the week, the road top should be done. They really got about 2 or 3 days left. They still got some waste material to get rid of, but the road should pretty much be done. The road top should be done later this week. So we've been kind of coordinating with county forces next week to do some scoria hauling on it. So this time next week, road should be surfaced and open to traffic. So things are going fairly well on that project. The other update I had for you is on a design project. It's a little ways down the list, 110th. We got the core permit. Last meeting, the commission agreed to do some offsite mitigation for the wetlands. So we have tentatively scheduled a February bid opening for that project. The way it's looking, it'll be the mid-February bid opening date for that project. So that'll be our first one of the year. We have another one that we think we're fairly close on, but we're not quite ready to schedule a bid opening for that one. So that 110th will probably be our first bid opening of the year. And I guess the only other thing is a miscellaneous thing, the flex funding application. We sent that in last week. DOT has, I forget the number, $140 million in a couple different categories. I honestly don't know how you guys are going to score. There's a oil producing section and a non-oil producing section. You're obviously in the oil producing section of that funding, which was the smaller of them. We applied, hopefully we get some money out of it, but we might not know for a while. David, I don't know if you had ever heard when they're gonna make that announcement, but it might be several weeks. We'll see what money we get out of it, but we sent that in last week. And some of our other projects, we've had some discussions on easements and continuing with the design, but we're not ready for a bid opening yet on some of our other projects.
Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
that February meeting, or if that's when we do the bid opening, that's usually when you do the contractor openings. Is that right?
Yeah, for the, yep.
So it might be good just to coordinate the time, just,
Sure.
it's the same.
Yep, no, we can definitely do that. Any questions I can try to answer? Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you. What we got going on right now, we're hauling some of that rock off 25th right now too.
Oh, no,
So
that's a good
we'll
sign.
get some of that rock hauled while the weather's kind of decent. And then once we're done with that rock, we'll see if we can hit some of the rock on Charlie's Pass. There's a rock or two on there we got to get off of there. So I don't know if any of you've been out there, but there's a significant amount there. We'll haul into the yard. The other thing, we're hauling scoria over in the Halliday area. Looks like we got another, at least this week, for hauling, and then till we get colder here. So we're just taking advantage of the weather we got. Other than that, that's kind of what we got going on right now. I don't know how many people's been at the yard too. The last couple of weeks, we've done quite a bit of work at our yard too. So kind of putting some things out and changing some things around. Now we have some time.
Well, thank you.
We do have 3 new employees. We're kind of running pretty quick, so they're not here at the moment. But now I see a guest in the audience. Have you heard anything about BIA 10? Did they announce a new humanoid yet? Okay, thanks for doing that, by the way. And did you want to move on to permits?
We can do utility permits.
Okay, there was 2. I held one back. One of them's by Gene Harris's. We want to redo that road, so got to make sure that one's ready to go before we okay that one. But the one that we have in front of us right now is actually Tesoro High Plains pipeline, and it's going under first and second. So as you can see on your screen, that Lori's so kindly put up there. That's up by Beaners up there and Knutsvig, if I said that correctly. So I do recommend approval of the pipeline.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the pipeline as presented.
There a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, seconded by Commissioner Marsh to approve the utility permits. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
And Mr. Chairman, like I said, I just got to introduce the 3 other workers when they come in, but that's all I got unless there's any other questions for me.
Mr. Chairman.
Yep.
So David, I had someone from Manning ask about engine brake signs through town. And it seems to me we talked about that at one time,
Yeah.
posting them here. And I'm just wondering, I know it's a DOT thing, but if that's something.
Mike, I don't know if you're familiar with, but yeah, Mike has been working on it.
Okay,
And I guess I haven't heard lately what happened, but we were corresponding with Ross at the time
mhm,
to get the correct paperwork, the right
Mhm.
wording
okay,
that the state wanted.
That's kind of where we're still in with
okay. I
the
just
state.
thought I'd mention it, so,
Yep. Hasn't been forgotten. It's just in that lingo right now.
okay.
They wanted some verbiage changed.
Mm.
Thanks, Tracy. I forgot about that.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, David. Okay. Sally, can we do the bank depositories?
Sure. So every couple years on the even year, we have to approve our banks. And so for the depositories, for us to be able to use them, deposit, do CDs, that kind of thing. So I need approval for Bravera Bank, the Union Bank, First International, and Dakota Community. That's the ones we're currently using. So I just need permission to continue to use those as our banking facilities.
Chairman, I'll move that we okay these banks for our banking.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Pelton, second by Commissioner Marsh to approve Rivera, Union, First International, and Dakota Community Banks as the banks we're utilizing right now. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I,
All opposed, motion carried. Well, I guess you want to do the financial report?
Sure. So I do have the month ending balances for December, but the timing is kind of off because of the holidays. So I don't have the year-end report yet or any amendments. Those will come on the next commission meeting. I just want to make sure we have all the numbers and they're are what they are. So just for the ending bank balances for December, looks like we're going to end the year with $126,468,359.57. So that's what we'll be ending the 2023 year with. And like I said, next commission meeting, I'll have the year-end report and any amendments that we might need to do on the 2023 budget. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you very much. Hey. Got lots of time. It looks like we could go into our portfolios and boards. We want to just go through them one at a time.
are we doing boards first, the board appointments? Or portfolios?
We can do boards. Department heads we did last meeting.
Mhm.
We could do the water resource board.
Yeah, any ending in 23, I guess we'd have to.
Russ Stein. Craig, did you by chance talk to him?
Nope.
So is there always just 2 or 3?
What's
There's
that?
3.
Is
Kyle
it-
Fairby's on there.
Oh, he is?
Kyle Fairby was appointed last.
That's what I thought, like.
Kyle Fairby.
So it'd be just, we need to reappoint Russ Stein.
Yep.
We need to make motion for that.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to put Russ Stein back on the Water Commission Board, or Water Resource Board again.
All right, is there a second?
Second,
Motion made by Commissioner Kleeman, seconded by Commissioner Dalzell to reappoint Russ Stein to the Water Resource Board. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. David, would you like to introduce everybody first?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Why don't you 3 come on up here to the front here? Go ahead and get out your papers where you wrote down all of the stuff you want to say to the commissioners. Oh, you left in the truck? That's all right. You guys can improvise. If you guys wouldn't just mind introducing yourself to the commissioners, again, these are the 3 new guys that we're happy to have on board.
Good, how are you doing?
Dan Blinton at a Dunn Center, working at the Kildare office.
Thank you very much.
Thank you much.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome
Happy
aboard.
to have you. Thanks again.
We're good, David. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, on to the planning and zoning next.
Planning and zoning.
Yeah, we have nominations here, from people.
Sandy, no.
I will get that out.
Oh, he said he's got something.
Okay. So the new applicants that applied are Kevin Pavlish, Christina Sieg. I said that right? And then we,
Oh, that's for JDA.
for the JDA.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
We were on a different page.
Oh, I was just going down the.
Nope, that's
line.
fine. We're just trying
Which
to
one are
get
you
them.
on? I thought you were on planning and zoning, you said.
That's what we,
Oh,
That's what you told
that's
us.
what we
Yeah.
do too.
Yeah, planning and zoning.
yeah, sorry, okay. Whoops. Yeah, planning and zoning, okay. Chris Jeske is up. Did anybody
Yeah.
talk to her?
I
Yep.
haven't heard anything.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I would nominate or move to reappoint Chris Jeske to planning and zoning.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dolzall, second by Commissioner Pelton to reappoint Chris Jeske to planning and zoning. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Okay, on to the airport authority. Jeff Jacobson is up.
I'd move to reappoint Jeff Jacobson.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Pelton, second by Commissioner Kleeman to reappoint Jeff Jacobson to the airport authority. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Then the weed board. Commissioner Pelton. That's the only one that's up.
Went back on there. I'll nominate Craig. Go back on the weed board.
Is there a second? Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, motion made by Commissioner Kleeman, seconded by Commissioner Pelton to reappoint Commissioner Pelton to the weed board. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Okay. We got social service. That's fine, where it's at. Southwest District Health Representative. That's Denise Brew. Anybody talk to her about that?
I'd move to reappoint Denise Brew to the Southwest District Health.
Okay,
Second.
motion made by Commissioner Pelton, seconded by Commissioner Dolzall to approve, to reappoint Denise Brew to Southwest District Health. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Badlands is okay. Dunn County Housing Authority, Ryan Schleppenbach, his term is up.
I think you got another one up too. There's one in 22.
Oh, Amanda Banger. Yep.
Ryan hasn't been coming. I don't know. I never talked to him.
He what? No,
Well, that wouldn't,
that's not, no, Amanda's.
that
been on
wouldn't
there.
work. Then there's only 4 people on that board.
He hasn't been, since I've been here, Ryan hasn't been to a meeting. So I don't,
Does somebody want
Do we need to table it till,
table it?
no one has asked to be on, have they? I mean, we haven't got an application.
Plus we got Amanda.
We just open it up for an application. We got two of them, right?
What's that?
We
Right,
gotta have two of them.
right.
We have we could make a motion to approve Amanda if you want to, and then table. Or maybe we
Yeah.
should just table the whole thing.
He's been coming to?
Yeah.
I'd move that we appoint Amanda Bankert back onto the Housing Authority.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Pelton, second by Commissioner Kleeman to reappoint Amanda Bangert to the Dunn County Housing Authority. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
But now that term will start from 22, so it'll end, okay.
And Mr. Chairman, I'd like to, make a motion to open up Ryan's position.
Okay, is there a second?
A second.
Motion made by Commissioner Kleeman, second by Commissioner Dalzell to open up Ryan Schleppenbach's position on the Dunn County Housing Authority. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carried. On to the Dunn County Park Board. We have Daryl Dukart applied. I'm assuming he reapplied. If his term was up.
Yeah, was he, filling out a term? Is that why it's up now?
I'm not
I'm not sure,
real sure, to be honest with you.
but he has an application in.
He has an
Oh, okay.
application that he turned in reapplying.
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I move that we, appoint Daryl Dukart to the Park Board.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, second by Commissioner Pelton to reappoint Daryl Dukart to the Dunn County Park Board. Is there any discussion? There's discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Oh.
Okay. The Southwest Multi-County Correctional Center. Commissioner Dalzell's on there right now. That gets reviewed annually. You like to stay on there?
Yeah, just, yeah, I'm willing to.
Anybody else?
Do we need a nominator?
Yeah.
I'll nominate Tracy to
Second.
be in the Southwest.
Motion made by Commissioner Kleeman, seconded by Commissioner Marsh to reappoint Commissioner Dalzell to the Southwest Multi-County Correctional Center. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Rural Economic Area Partner, there's no term limit. Now on to the JDA. So with the JDA, there's a couple positions open, and Kevin Pavlish applied, and Christina Sieg applied. And then Melissa Benz and Teresa are renewing, asking for a reappointment.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we appoint Melissa Benz and Teresa Van Hosen, reappoint them to the JDA Board. For those two
The
first.
reappointing ones?
Yeah.
Not the,
Yeah, these are
additional?
just the reappointing.
Okay. Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, seconded by Commissioner Marsh to reappoint Melissa Benz and Teresa to the JDA. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Okay, then now we do have the two open positions with Kevin Pavlish and Christina. They have both applied.
Motion to approve both applications for JDA.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Marsh, seconded by Commissioner Kleeman to approve the new applicants, Kevin Pavlish and Christina Sieg for the JDA. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed?
So did we have one on here that wasn't listed or?
Yeah, I think there was an open spot.
Dan Eichel resigned. So
But
one-
then there was an open spot too.
There was an open one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Yep.
Now we can go to portfolios. The road department is Commissioner Pelton and Commissioner Kleeman. You guys want to stay there or does anybody else want?
I would stay there.
Okay, nobody else is interested then? Okay. Should we just approve them at the end or should we improve? Well, maybe we should do them individually.
Motion to approve the
Okay.
road department.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Marsh, seconded by Commissioner Dalzell to approve Commissioner Pelton and Commissioner Kleeman on the road department portfolio. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Sheriff's Department is Commissioner Kleeman.
Motion, would you stay?
I have no problem with, but why is there a commissioner on that? He's got his own department, really. I mean, I don't know.
Elected official.
What?
He's an elected official. I
Yeah.
mean,
You think there has to be someone on there, Gary?
I guess it doesn't matter to me, but typically whoever the chair is the person like the weather closers and all that is who we work through. So I don't think I need one. It's up to you guys, but that would be the person I'm more than likely going to be working with.
I mean, I don't
For
care.
emergency stuff anyhow.
The reason we did it when I became commissioner, we put somebody on the state's attorney is it kind of helped us have somebody there so we understood their department better, understood what was going on to kind of communicate better.
we took the one off the state's commission, off the commissioner, or off the state's attorney.
Yeah,
So
but when I got elected, I ended up getting put on that. And that's kind of why we did that is communication. So we understand what's going on in their department so we can help and they can, we can work together better.
Okay.
I mean, we don't communicate every day, but at least we kind of have an idea what's going on in their department.
So taking into consideration what Sheriff Coon said, maybe it just makes sense for the elected officials just to deal with the chair and not have a specific person because they are elected.
For the sheriff's department.
And the state's attorney and who else would there be?
We were supposed,
The recorder.
we took the state's attorney off last time, but it's on here right now. But I guess it. Is our-
Christina, do you have an
you
opinion?
still- You have any thoughts on that?
I guess they're pretty much the same, just as what it said, Sheriff Kuhn had said. I'm kind of a smaller department right now, so a lot of times too, when I deal with anything that's fiscal or financial, I go through the auditor, as far as trying to do that, but I didn't feel that there was one that was necessary because for the most part, we do come to the commission or to the chairman and the auditor for anything that we need, so. But I leave that to the commissioners.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I think we could just forego portfolio assignments for those elected positions.
I'm sorry, miss.
Not have
Not have-
portfolio.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, seconded by Commissioner Marsh to remove portfolio holders for the sheriff's department and the state's attorney's office. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
I,
All opposed, motion carried. Okay, buildings, Commissioner Pelton and Commissioner Beaner.
You guys, all right with staying on?
Mr. Chairman, what's the difference between that and county buildings?
I haven't figured that one out either.
Oh,
Which
okay.
one?
Yeah.
Down-
down
The
at the bottom.
difference, I
County.
believe,
That's, we'll have another one in here.
I think it had to do
That
with
would be
the-
Will's department.
Oh, so the other one is like new buildings or something?
Yeah,
Or-
The
looking
other
at
one is
projects.
buildings, you know, like any building projects.
Okay.
And then the other one is,
That one, building projects takes in repairs and stuff too, so.
yeah, but like with
Mhm.
Will, he's contacted me a couple times. He has a question about something. If he should bring it to the board or what, you know.
I think
So
it's,
the one is for Will's
Mhm.
department only.
I think it stemmed from when we had the office up in Killdeer too. That was one of the,
We just,
and then new projects when we started the courthouse project.
we just added Will's department portfolio, last year.
Which is the county buildings? Yeah. Okay.
They can
Okay,
act,
is that supposed to be buildings and grounds?
Oh, there you
Public
go.
service.
Let's just rename it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this first one is the building committee, correct?
Building what?
Building committee.
Building committee.
The other one would just be building and grounds.
Yeah,
Thanks for the clarification.
so Commissioner Pelton and Beaner, are you willing to stay on the building committee?
yep.
I would move to approve.
Is there a second? Okay,
Second.
motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, second by Commissioner Marsh to reappoint Commissioner Pelton and Commissioner Beaner to the building committee. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
I,
All opposed, motion carried.
so we did the correction center already.
Yep. That's what I was looking
Remove
at.
that from this list because it's already at the top.
Okay, HR, Human Resources, it's Commissioner Beaner and Commissioner Dalzell.
I don't know, I think maybe Commissioner Marsh ain't listed on here. I think we better give her. Make life too easy for her.
Go ahead. I'm fine with,
Huh?
I'm fine with that.
Do you want to step down, Tracy? Commissioner Dalzell?
Sure, I don't mind staying, but I would step
Oh,
down to
okay.
give Joanne more to do.
Thank you, Tracy.
I'm okay staying on there if nobody else wants to.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve Commissioner Beaner and Commissioner Marsh for HR.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, seconded by Commissioner Marsh to approve Commissioner Beaner and Commissioner Marsh to the HR portfolio. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Then we have the emergency manager.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner
I do have
Pelton.
a question on like the next, I don't know, 5 or whatever. They only have one commissioner. Is there a reason we just have one? Or not particularly?
I've heard some people ask that it'd be nice if there was 2 commissioners on a couple of them.
Some of them, there just ain't much to do, so. Extension used to have two, I know, but
Well, it seems like the emergency services would, I mean, when things are quiet, I suppose it appears one would be fine, but I think that one would warrant 2. And I agree with extension. I think that should have 2 also.
you volunteering for one of them then?
Yeah, I'm volunteering,
For-
sure.
Both of them?
Did you, what was the other one you said?
Not on here.
Emergency services and extension.
Oh, I know the tax director asked if there could be two on that.
Oh, I would do tax.
Huh?
I would do tax.
So are you taking all three of them?
Sure, I'll take all three.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So let's,
it's not a lot.
Right, so if there's not, then it should be. Yeah,
Huh?
I'll take all three.
so who else is on those? We'll just do all three of those at once. Commissioner Kleeman's on tax.
Director.
You're willing to stay there, Bob?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Mr. Pelton, are you willing to stay on the emergency manager?
Yeah, it's fine.
And then, the extension, Commissioner Kleeman?
Yeah.
Are you willing to stay there? So then we'll add Joanne to those three. We'll need a motion.
I'll
So
make the
moved.
motion to make
Okay.
those changes and add Joanne, or add Joanne. I guess that was.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, seconded by Commissioner Pelton to approve Commissioner Pelton and Commissioner Marsh to the emergency manager. Commissioner Kleeman and Commissioner Marsh to the extension, NDSU extension. And Commissioner Kleeman and Commissioner Marsh to the tax director. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Okay, we got the PIO is Commissioner Beener.
Are
Usually
you-
the chairman.
You typically, that's the
It's not
chairman.
always a chairman.
What's that?
It's not always chairman.
Whoever.
That one I'm not volunteering for.
Me either.
Me neither. I move to reappoint Commissioner Beener to the PIO position.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, seconded by Commissioner Marsh to reappoint Commissioner Beener to the PIO. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. The Veterans Service Office is Commissioner Pelton.
I'm fine there.
Is that an area that needs two of them?
And I don't
so.
think so.
Yep.
I move to appoint Commissioner Pelton to the Veteran Service Office portfolio.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, seconded by Commissioner Marsh to reappoint Commissioner Pelton to the Veterans Service Office. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Now to the Buildings and Grounds is Commissioner Kleeman and Commissioner Beener. I'm okay.
Right with it.
I'll move to appoint them to then, Kleeman and Beener to.
Is there a second? Is
Second.
there a second?
Second.
Joanne.
Motion made by Commissioner Pelton, seconded by Commissioner Marsh to reappoint Commissioner Kleeman and Commissioner Beener to the Buildings and Grounds portfolio. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, motion carried. Housing Authority, we did already, didn't we?
I'm fine with it. There's not much. Meet about 3 times a year.
I'll move that I put Bob on the Roosevelt Custer.
Or housing.
Housing.
Oh,
Housing.
okay,
Housing.
Put him on that one too.
I
Okay, we're
second,
gonna do two of them at once. Good deal, I like that.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Pelton, second by Commissioner Dalzell to reappoint Commissioner Kleeman to the Housing Authority and the Roosevelt Custer Regional Council. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Now we're on to the Park Board. As Commissioner Kleeman and Commissioner Dalzell.
Yeah, I'm fine staying there.
I'm all right with it.
Yep.
I'll move that we retain them two on there.
Yep, there's a second.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Pelton, second by Commissioner Marsh to reappoint Commissioner Kleeman and Commissioner Dalzell to the Park Board. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Vision West Committee is Commissioner Dalzell.
I'm okay staying there.
I'll move to appoint her for there.
Right. You want to do all three of them?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how about Dunn County Fair Board and the food pantry? You're all right with them, Tracy, you can do all three?
Yeah,
That work? Okay, motion made by Commissioner Pelton, seconded by, who had the second?
I made the motion.
Oh,
I'll second it then.
okay, motion made by Commissioner Kleeman, second by Commissioner Pelton to reappoint Commissioner Dalzell to the Vision West Committee, the Dunn County Fair Board and the food pantry. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Chairman, I think we ought to add one more, that water resource. I think we should put somebody in charge of.
I thought that, weren't you on there?
I have never been on it.
Are
Yeah,
you
we gotta
talking
do
about
some-
the,
That's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. Commission.
You want to take it?
Sure. Okay,
You know, if somebody else wants to,
no, I'm good with it.
it's one that we should probably have somebody.
That might be good with planning and zoning. That might work good together.
that's a good idea.
Mhm.
We'll be able to understand the rules.
It might get it moving a little better.
Yeah, I like,
Yeah, I agree.
I'll accept that.
You want on, Joy?
Did you make a motion?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
You want on?
No, he is.
Well, if we put two of them on,
Okay.
I'll nominate Commissioner Marsh and Commissioner Beener.
Okay. Motion made, is there a second first?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Pelton, second by Commissioner Dalzell to put Commissioner Beener and Commissioner Marsh on the Water Resource Board. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, motion carried.
Commissioner Beener, I think we need to add communications on here for portfolios.
Got the commission to answer to.
What's that?
You got five of us to answer to.
I know, but you know,
Okay,
that way she's got someone to go to.
who would like, would anybody?
I'd like to be on communications.
I should have, you want two?
I think so.
There you go, Bob. Be a good one for you.
Why are you looking at her like that?
I don't care.
Uh-oh.
You're okay with that? Okay. There, somebody gonna make a motion? Entertain a motion?
Also move.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Pelton, seconded by Commissioner Dalzell to appoint Commissioner Kleeman and Commissioner Marsh to the communications portfolio. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
You didn't have a very good day, Joanne. You went from hardly having your name on here to having a whole bunch.
I'm gonna pace myself.
Mhm.
Did we miss anybody? No, we'll take our 10-minute break.
Oh, we haven't done airport, or did we?
What's that?
We
No,
did
We
airport?
didn't do
Yeah.
their, did
We
we
did
do
that.
airport?
Yep.
Oh, missed that.
Reappointed,
Okay.
What about the
over
school
there.
district? What's that?
No,
She's elected.
elected.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think we did airport.
You got.
We just.
Oh, there's our school district tuition, if one, Clive Pelton's on there. I thought we took him off for,
We did, yeah.
Where is the
Was
airport?
Larry on it then?
I don't know, but we
Yep.
could,
We gotta take, yeah.
Clive is off.
Clive was supposed to have been removed off of there.
Who did we put?
We'd have to look back in the minutes.
I thought, did you step down? You were on there and then I thought we put, I
No.
thought we dealt with this previously.
How did Sally get on?
I know we took him off last year. I just,
Never mind.
Yeah, auditor,
Yeah,
that's the
I thought-
designee. Sally's that now.
Sally's the auditor, and I thought you put yourself on there too because you were
Oh,
dealing with it.
that's member at large. I don't know if that can be a commissioner. I guess so.
that should be at large or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Somebody
But I
else.
know,
but I thought we did that quite a long time ago.
but
No,
it's still listed here and I think it should be changed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do we need a motion to
Why don't
Here
we
you-
table that one too till we
figure it out?
talk to someone
Okay.
if, or look at the law?
Okay,
It's unlikely we'll ever meet again because the tuition thing isn't a deal.
because I know we did that last year.
Mhm.
You said the exact same thing.
Mhm.
Not gonna ever meet again.
Cody,
We'll do that next time.
for planning and zoning, we talked about adding Pavlish and, or who was that?
Kevin Pavlich and Chris.
Oh, that was JDA. But why do I keep getting? Yeah, we didn't do portfolio though.
You got a free reign.
Did we?
Oh, we approved the,
Chris for the board, but you didn't do portfolio.
Yep, she's right.
Here.
Because, yeah, we
You're-
just did,
okay, so we forgot.
right. We just need to,
And
We'll do that
so-
when we come back. from
But
break.
your term's 24.
oh,
Yeah,
our terms
you're
are
good.
24. We're good.
Huh?
Our terms are 24.
You're
Right.
actually on the
Yep.
board
We're
and,
on the board.
but,
We're also on our portfolio.
yeah,
Right.
but you don't need to appoint a portfolio because your term expires in 24.
Right.
So you're already,
We're already on the board.
Yeah.
We're already
Yeah.
there, huh? Okay.
you don't need to if you're.
So did we do airport? Where is
We
airport?
didn't do.
Yeah.
We just.
They went
did
that way. I think it
Logan
came back.
Or
Yep.
Jeff Jacobs.
Send her
We
online.
didn't do.
Did yours take?
And I think, Sally, I think that one
Right.
for social services.
One was to
a
fill
year.
out the
Just
term.
see that.
Yes. Free.
So that was, no, go till 27 and 26.
Oh, so they did get.
Whichever.
Melissa, reappointed Melissa and Teresa Van Houston.
I will redo this and get it sent out after. Yep, I did. I got all the notes, so I'll.
We didn't do airport. We said Jacobson, but we didn't do
We didn't do the. portfolio.
commissioners,
The
right?
commissioners on.
Oh,
Because where is
no,
that?
they weren't listed there.
Yeah, that's why I missed it.
Just to reappoint.
They're on the bottom.
Yeah, but we didn't, they weren't listed in our list here.
This is for
I know it's the same with planning and zoning. and-
Yeah, but
They did. Who's on it?
So our terms would be 26,
You know, 26, okay.
right?
Let's just put the date on
They
it.
did, yeah, they reappointed.
Okay. So then we're good.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're voting. We breaking?
Yeah, yeah. Näin mä tiedän.
Hello?
All right, we'll call the meeting back to order.
Yes, sir. Hello?
Did you see Bob out there?
Oh.
Not out there. Out there. Not him? There he is.
Commissioner Beener?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody that's saying hi, and I don't know who it is.
Hello, this is Paul. How are you? Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yes,
That
sir.
makes sense.
I'm just attending the meeting.
And what's your name?
My name is, I go by Paul. First name is Ajit Paul, last name is Samra.
Oh. We're not quite there on the agenda, but when it'll be in just a couple minutes here, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll be on the phone.
I was thinking at break, we should probably have the PIO on communications, whoever it is.
Yeah.
You guys, what are your guys' thoughts about that?
Well,
Makes
that's the
sense.
different communications.
Yeah, but
Your
whoever,
PIO communications is gonna come from your sheriff and from Sarah.
Well, and Luann, I mean.
and
that's-
Luann, I guess.
yeah, I mean,
But I mean, all your major communications are gonna come from them two people. And they're gonna tell you what to say.
well, and they'll work with Luann too, though.
Yeah, I
mean,
guess it's kind of in the past, since I'm not already, that's kind of how it all worked. We all three work together. I don't know. I guess if you guys want to leave it that way, I just thought I'd bring that up.
I'm fine with the way it is.
What's everybody else's thoughts?
My thoughts are, I think it makes more sense that communications and PIO work with the sheriff and the chairman. And I think we're just muddying
Making
it
it complicated.
more complicated than it needs to be, that it would make sense that those three, well, I should say, the chairman, who is the PIO officer,
The chairman.
and work with the sheriff, and then Luann, who we've hired to be our communications specialist.
It makes sense to me, but I understand what you're saying too, so it's up to you,
Alright.
what everybody else thinks.
So then we
Bob?
want to change the communications to have Commissioner Beener on there.
What's that? Say that again?
So what you're asking is one, for communications that you replace either Commissioner Kleeman or I.
Yes,
Okay.
just
I
still
would-
have two people on it.
I would still like to stay on communications. Bob, I don't know how you feel about it.
Doesn't make me any difference.
Okay, so we can just switch you out, you and Bob out as a PIO.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know if we would need a
Motion?
motion.
Yeah,
I would make a motion to name the portfolio holders for communications to Commissioner Beener and Commissioner Marsh.
is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, second by Commissioner Marsh to put the PIO, which is Commissioner Beener and Commissioner Marsh on the communications portfolio. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Dean?
Okay, first of all, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can
Okay.
hear you well.
Okay, so, I guess this abatement hearing is for, the parcels, 108304-022 and 108304-020. If you guys are familiar with the big red building, right north of the cemetery in Kildare. That building and the parcel of land right to the north of it. So the contested value was at 834,400, and then my new recommended value is 443,270. That building has a square footage of 40,000 with an additional 6,153 in unfinished office space. And with the adjustments I made, that dropped the building value down to 261,790. And this abatement, essentially, we're going back to when it was just a shell. He's done a lot of work to it since, but this is for last year's value. So it was just a shell then. So that would be a change in the negative to 391,130. And then on the other parcel, that's just vacant land. And the value is at 92,500, but due to the system, it's been valued as ag land. That'll switch this next year, but we recommended we just leave it for now since we're already into this year. And that's a total acreage of 6.4. So the city, they approved these values a month ago, I think we had that meeting, and they approved the values. So yeah, I guess if Paul wants to say anything, that's what I got. Was the true and full values of 443,270, and then we'll leave it this year at that ag land rate, and then next year it'll go back to that vacant land at 92,500 for it being commercial.
Any questions?
I'll have some.
Only-
Paul, do you have something to say?
The only question I have on the vacant land was that I bought the both parcels for $165,000. So that was in the open market. And I believe the value should be close to that, but I totally respect the assessor as well on his opinion. So, but this is what I paid for this property. But, if he thinks it's $400-some thousand, I respect his decision.
And I'm sorry, this is the chair, Commissioner Beener, I didn't hear you. What do you think it should be valued at?
Oh, I'm really sorry. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we bought the property at $165,000. And
okay.
this is what we believed the value was for that property. And in the open market, the seller, he accepted our offer. Being that property was for listed almost over 5 years, and it never got sold, and they were tired of looking for buyers. So we believe it should be close to, yes, we got a great deal, $165,000, but it just supply and demand, and I hope there is a demand for it, but as of right now, we don't see any demand for that big of a building in the area. So that's why I think the price dropped quite a bit. And, we think the price should be close to 165, but again, end of the day, it's the open market, and everybody, if the value of this property is $450,000, and I believe it should have been sold close to $450,000 long time ago. Being in a market for 5 years and nobody looked into this building, nobody had an interest in it. We believe that the price should be a little bit lower than what the appraisal has bring up at. But again, end of the day, I respect everybody.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other questions or?
Only other question is that the partial is vacant land. It should never be at $85,000. I don't think the value is there for that partial. That partial, I don't think there's anybody will buy in Kildare for $20,000 or $15,000 an acre of commercial land. A lot of properties have been sitting on the market for almost a year. They haven't moved. So I strongly requesting that if we can keep the other parcel, the vacant land, at the price it is this year, it should not have that much jump on the price from $6,800 or $6,900 to close to $80,000. I strongly believe that the price should not be there for that parcel next year as well. I strongly believe that partial price at $6,800, that is a reasonable price for that parcel.
Mr. Chairman, Dane, so the city approved the recommended changes as you have.
Correct.
I know of a property that just sold for 40,000 in Killdeer, and about an acre. So
Yep. So essentially,
Can you
Go
talk into the mic?
Yeah.
Dave?
So like this commercial land, the table value on that is 70,000, and I have never made a personal adjustment on that, and I won't for commercial land in Killdeer. And then, I mean, that's about the rate that the residential properties are going for per acre or per lot, or so it's
Per
like
lot,
70,000.
But
This particular property, that's only on 1 acre is the valuation at 70,000. There's actually adjustments on that already, like for the additional acres. So there's 3.4 acres that have no value on it. And then there's another acre that has 7,500 worth, and then another acre of 25,000. That was, that was done by the Vanguard people when they came through in 14. So. And I generally, since I became the assessor, I haven't made acreage adjustments. I don't adjust acreage. Because land doesn't change, doesn't appreciate it, so.
Any other questions or comments?
the only question I have is that residential is in demand compared to office buildings and commercial. They are struggling, so we can't compare the zoning. Yes, residential is in demand. Yes, the 10,000 square feet lot is developed. It has all the utilities on it. You can put up a house, and there's a lot of demand for that land. But when it comes down to commercial, the demand is not there yet. So that's why I believe that's why this property didn't sold for the price they wanted it, because there was no demand for it. Yes, if it was a residential, it might have got sold, but, and again, we have a neighbor, he's trying to sell his mobile home park. He has a hard time selling it. Nobody wants that property either. It's right next to our property. So again, it's just all comes down to demand and supply. So if assessor believes that in Killdeer, the acre should be 40,000 an acre, and I want to see the record of it, that people are buying it for that price. We can say that, well, the price value is at 60,000, 70,000. I would like to see the sale. I would like to see the buyers are buying it for that price, especially the industrial property, and especially the same apple to apple zoning. And I don't see that happening. Yes, in residential might be, because there's a demand for residential. People can live on it, and we can build houses on it. There's more use of it. Yes, hopefully we will have industrial land in demand, but I don't see that as of right now.
Mr. Chairman, Dane, so it's valued now at 6,900, the land, and will stay there. So the idea of increasing it to 92.5 next year, that's next year. So.
Correct, yeah,
So
this year we're leaving it for the
Okay.
last year's stuff.
Okay.
Oh, we're leaving at 69. Okay, perfect.
Or this, for Yes,
For
we're
1
not
year.
bumping it.
For 1 year.
2022. This next year rolling in, it will be changed because that was essentially a computer issue.
Mhm.
Why it wasn't at 92.
Mhm.
But we didn't notice it till we went into and had when the abatement got filed, we looked into it and said, oh, well, that's not right. So, we're going to leave it for now.
Yeah, any issue about the value that can be made next year. Right now, we're talking that
Well,
6,900.
Yeah, 2020.
Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
I guess I would move to approve the recommendations of the city of Killdeer on the valuation of the property, parcel 108304-022 and 108304-020.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, second by Commissioner Marsh to approve the city's recommendations on the valuations on parcel 10-8304-022 and parcel 10-8304-020. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Dane.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Paul. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Paul.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, ClearGov, is David online?
Yep, I am here. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I appreciate the time from the commission today. I'd like to, thank you for inviting me here today and thank the team that I've worked with so far to get to this point. My plan for the few minutes that I have today is to review a high level of some of the challenges that I've spoken with the team about in regards to communicating the budget and increasing financial transparency in Dunn County. And then I'll take some time to review the 2 budget communication tools, specifically that the team's endorsed so far and asked me to bring forward today. I will go ahead and shut off my camera as I'm sharing my screen to make the internet move a little bit quicker. So I will go ahead and do that. All right, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
There should be a blue screen.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this is really why we're here. The team that I've spoken with so far, from the multiple conversations that I've had, is very dedicated to telling the story of what the county is doing with the tax dollars of citizens. That said, this is very difficult to do with limited tools, and Excel and Word documents were not made specifically for budget communication or budgeting generally. And what I've heard from the team and what I hear from counties and municipalities across the country really is a gap exists between the data, the financial data, and the reality of what's being done with taxpayers' dollars. And this specifically is the gap that we are trying to fill. We're trying to tell the story of what is happening within the county without difficult to understand spreadsheets and without pushing finance and communications teams to work long hours and graph out and dashboard out every piece of financial and demographic information manually. And this is really what our software provides, right? It's filling this communication gap, and with the hope of engaging constituents, making it easier on commissioners to tell that story. And this is really why organizations like the National Association of Counties exclusively endorse ClearGov as their budgeting partner and planning partner. Overall, we have 6 products, from building the budget to communicating the budget to strategic planning. What I have focused on so far with the team has been really around closing that communications gap, specifically these two tools. And this is what I'll really take you through today. We have a couple of different ways to communicate both the budget and then happenings within the county, non-budgetary data, and demographics. So starting with the digital budget book here. The idea with the digital budget book is deploying a tool that is purpose-built for communicating the budget at a fund level and taking a spreadsheet, otherwise, and making it digestible and interactive for commissioners and citizens that is at the click of a button ready to be in an interactive website or in a print quality PDF for public record. And that also links beautifully to your site without any need to learn how to code, right, or web design. The idea behind this is that all charts, graphs, spreadsheets are automated and linked to your financial system of record. So we're pulling directly from your accounting system, which allows for that automation, and it allows for departments to get involved into the process and really tell the story behind each line item to the commission and to the public. So I'll take you through actually a live example of what this might look like for another county in the US. I went ahead and switched over screens. Can you still see, you should see County of Christian here?
Yes.
Okay. So this is an example of a website first version of the digital budget book. This is typically linked on a county's website, such as this. We see a link here. We're also going to see a link to our Financial Transparency Center, which I'll get to. But as you click into that link, it's going to take you to, excuse me, wrong link here. It's going to take you to the budget book. They link to their digital version, but you can also link to a print quality PDF. And the idea within this is you can break out each of your funds, your funding sources, break down to departments, give detailed information on demographics, organizational structure, while having all of this financial data and demographic data automated. So we can see, revenues and expenses, budget versus actual for the past several years. This is automated. When we're looking at our all funds comprehensive summary, the spreadsheets are automated. We're pulling directly from the accounting system of record. It's broken down in an interactive format that allows different styles of learning to take place, whether it's easier to understand something in a bar or a chart or a mountain. You never lose the spreadsheet. It's all there. And there's less of a possibility of it breaking than actually manually entering this into an Excel document. And when we look at getting departments involved, right, if we're looking at creating a sheriff's departmental breakdown for the budget, this is really where those different departments can be invited to tell what they're doing with taxpayers' dollars. We're going to leave room for objectives for significant accomplishments over the last year, right? Our hope is that we're able to show, right, we got a big influx of funding in 2023. That's evident from the expenditure summary. Here's where our funding is coming from, right? The spreadsheets are all there. Here is where our revenues are coming from. This is where we're bringing in money as a department. Most folks are curious to understand that sort of thing if they're interested in actually how their government is operating. And all of this that I'm showing you here, aside from these blurbs, is automated for your finance and communications team, which gets very important when we're talking about getting people home on time, right? So there has been a couple of questions as we've gone through the evaluation process around artificial intelligence. We do have one option within our software, specifically within the digital budget book, to add in an opt-in artificial intelligence function for captions. I'll show you what that looks like, but in speaking with several members of the Dunn County team, they have decided that this is not something that they would like us to add in to their ClearGov platform, and so we would not do that. But if you're curious to know what that specific AI functionality is, this is our budget book builder. There are two ways to write a piece of narrative or a caption for a graph. One, you could manually type that in, just like I just did there. That would be the typical route. The other route is to have a piece of artificial intelligence do a write-up for you. So this is the functionality that would not be included in the digital budget book for Dunn County, and that is the only piece of artificial intelligence in the system. We just would not turn it on. You actually have to ask us to turn it on. Was there a comment from the commission?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, sorry. So where was I? Last thing is this can easily be exported to a print quality PDF. This is an example of the PDF version of that exact same budget book that I was showing you. It breaks everything out, gives you your table of contents, any important pieces of demographic information that you would want to communicate. Obviously, all that is there and automated for you. So the other piece of this, as you might imagine, is the financial transparency site. And when we're looking at the transparency site, I think of this as distinctly different from the budget book. The budget book is an annual document that explains the budget and the goals, accomplishments for that year, and a recap of what's happened this last year. When we're looking at the transparency site, this is going to go beyond just the budget. The idea for this is to have a very user available or citizen available format for individuals who care about the happenings of the county to access and get context on where dollars are going. So this really goes beyond just the dollars and cents. When we look at, if we click onto this, we can supply a similar banner for Dunn County. This is what we'll be greeted with, right? This is multiple years of financial data if you'd like. All of this from total budget to expended to date is automated as far as the creation of these charts and graphs, but it allows individuals who, whether that's the commission or whether it's somebody who is involved in the county government or an individual citizen, to look at public safety. How have we spent our dollars over the past several years? We can view the breakdown. We'll click into this. We'll see that of our, now this is a June fiscal in county. So that's why they're at about halfway mark through all their expenses. But this is where we're spending our dollars across public safety. If we look at law enforcement specifically, we can drill down and down and down to have a real understanding of where an individual dollar is going. And we can break this out, in terms of per capita expense, but you can also have the option for citizens to input their property tax bill so they can really see not just of this, in Dunn County's case, $88 million pie is being spent on this, but what are actually my dollars going to? And within that, communicating revenues and expenses across multiple years is important, but we can also get into what are the key pieces of knowledge that you need to communicate to the citizens, right? If you have specific projects, you can add in this projects tab. If I click into one of these projects, we'll see, all right, project notice updated 12/12/23. We've got a bit of delay. We have photos of the project. We have a location of it, links to supporting materials, expenditures to date on the project. The citizen asked a comment, right? The auditor was able to answer that right there, and really allow a streamlined format for communicating the key updates for financial happenings in the community. If you want, you can even turn on our open checkbook functionality so that you can be as transparent as humanly possible, right, for the county, and really tell that side of the story. The last thing that you can do with the Transparency Center is really going to be like a nice breakdown overview page and individual department dashboards. So if we look at, I'll just pull up another example here that I tend to like. If we look at this overview page, we can break down some of the key demographics, right? We can pull all this information for you from American Community Surveys, give a boiled down look of revenues, expenses, where education is being funded. It's going to list out any of those key projects that you want to communicate. Maybe you put your open checkbook on that overview page. But it'll also allow you to create nice departmental dashboards if you want to really even get into that more storytelling mode of where dollars are being spent, right? If we look at, I just chose this one as I like the information on here, but I think that they do a nice job of saying what's happening with the fire department, who's who in the fire department, what do EMS call stats, et cetera, look like through this, and mapping out specifically what's going on. But that is really what I wanted to take the time to explain to you today. And so with that, I can give it back to the commission. I know that I provided with the team there with a document which breaks down all of these in specific, also breaks down cost outlay. I'm happy to answer questions on cost outlay if the commission has questions, or on functionality.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I do have a couple. So if we chose to move forward with this, what would be the process? Like, what are the first steps we would take?
So after, if it was voted to be approved, right? So I've been a one-to-one contact with the team so far. At ClearGov, we really believe in a one-to-one relationship with our clients. So I would introduce whoever the primary contacts would be, likely, Auditor Winningham and Ms. Rochot. I would connect them and anybody else who's going to be pertinent to our implementation team. We really manage the data onboarding for our clients, meaning that we'll map out really what's in your accounting system custom to ClearGov so that you can update it frequently and update it seamlessly without manual reentry. And then the process of data onboarding is usually about 60 to 90 days, just depending on really the responsiveness and schedules of our clients versus the cleanliness of the accounting system data. We would get that going and really roll this out for creating budget book and creating that financial transparency site for the county. And as you're doing that, you're paired one-to-one with two resources. First is an implementation manager who is going to walk through every step of the implementation to make sure everything goes seamlessly. I'll introduce you to that individual. And after the data is implemented, you're going to have a one-to-one client success manager who, you have their email and cell phone number, just as the team here has had mine. Does that answer your question? I'm not sure who that question came from.
This is Commissioner Marsh. So that $7,200, that would cover the setup of the onboarding of the data?
Yes, so that is the onboarding of the data. That's your training through the process. There will be some degree of training as you're creating the budget book. But yeah. So that would be the one-time fee. The overall list price is $7,200, but just for purpose of clarification, you're not going to be charged $7,200. You'll be charged $5,760 for setup. That's our discounted rate as you bundle a couple solutions. And that is a one-time fee. Does not recur.
What's the yearly fee then?
The The yearly fee is 16,880. I tried to break this down in that packet of what you'll experience from a, all-in cost perspective in this current fiscal year, 2024, and then what you'll experience in following years at the bottom there, where it says fiscal year investment 2024. So you'll have an initial setup fee, and with an assumed start date of February 1, that would mean that you're really subscribed to the software for 11 months in your current fiscal year. So we would only charge you for 11 months of the annual subscription.
So I just want to be clear on how this really works. So the data that the auditor's office is inputting into their system is basically the data that's going to be displayed. There's no manipulation of the data, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the financial data comes directly from your accounting system or system of record, whatever's being input from Ms. Whittingham and her team. If there are pieces of supplemental information like, response rates on EMS calls, et cetera, that I displayed there that you'd like to put into the system, you may. Or if you would like to use American Community Survey or Census Bureau data to describe demographic information, you can do so. That's entirely optional, but that's just pulled from those two sources.
Thank you.
This is Commissioner Cleveland. I got several questions. Is this AI or not?
We are not going to be including AI functionality in this subscription. There is an option for it, one single option in the digital budget book. The folks that I have spoken with so far have told me several times that they would not like to opt into that functionality, and so we will not turn that on. That's something you have to request to be turned on.
And
So
that
we are
was
not
just
turning on AI.
and that AI piece was just verbiage that it would create, correct?
It's
It
just
wasn't
writing that caption.
manipulating. Right. Okay.
Okay, another one of my questions is, if you go ahead and do a chart, let's say our road department, you come up with some different ideas than what we got as far as us not operating efficiently. Like say during the winter time, our truck drivers aren't driving. And you say in order to be efficient, you need to lay some guys off. Is that in your works or?
It seems like maybe you're describing like some sort of efficiency consulting or something like that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
We do not provide any of that. So, what we're really providing is visualizing the data that your team wants to visualize in an easy way, right? And in a digestible way, but we're not consulting on, whether you should lay off employees or not, as you described, or whether your county is running efficiently, just generally.
So, I mean, basically, you're just copying the auditor information, general ledger, whatever reports, you're copying that and putting it in a visual that people can understand more easily.
Yeah. We're hoping to replace the, Word document, PDF document, Excel files that are worked through for most counties. They have a clever way of working through them, but they take a tremendous amount of time, and it's difficult to communicate that to constituents. So our hope is to have something that's a better communication device for both the finance team to the commission and the finance team and commission to the public.
Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, I think this would be a good tool for the county and for our citizens, a way to see exactly where we are with our budget and expenditures. The whole idea of transparency, it's something we've talked about a little bit when we were in the preliminary strategic plan stages. So I guess with that, I would move that we go forward with clear.gov as presented.
Is there a second?
I would second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, second by Commissioner Marsh to approve the ClearGov. Do we need to make it any more detailed than that? Okay, is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Hearing,
I guess I would like to wait till next month and kind of look into this a little bit. Just see what it's all about, because this is green to me. I haven't been around with the board or the committee that's been doing this.
who's on the committee?
I don't even know.
Probably been looking at defined tool. And this was endorsed by NACO. And so it, you know, we checked all the reviews, everything that seemed to be an excellent source for us.
I kind of agree. I think 2 weeks ain't gonna bother us to kind of give us a chance to look into it.
We do have a motion.
There's a motion on the
We do have
table.
a motion.
Yeah, but I mean, we also have discussion.
Yeah.
Right, that's
Yeah,
fine for
That's what the
discussion.
discussion's
That was
fine.
my
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah,
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Marsh,
Yes.
Commissioner Dalzell,
yes,
Commissioner Pelton,
Well, I'd like to have more time to look at it, so I'll say no.
Commissioner Kleeman,
Same with me.
Commissioner Beaner.
Yes. Motion carried. Okay,
I think so. This DA.
But fine,
thank
that's it.
you,
We're done.
David.
Thank you.
thank you,
Bye-bye.
David.
Yep. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thanks, David.
On the
Yeah.
vouchers.
Something like the other. So the brother.
Really?
We on to bills already?
Who's a Sadra roadie
What's that?
under general funds? There's a Sadra roadie, SADRA.
Oh, Sam.
Okay.
Oh.
Mr. Chairman, David, what is that line move for Consolidated Telecom? Do you know?
It was for a project. I'd have to look exactly
Oh.
which project it was. Actually, it was 25th.
Does anybody know what the Vision West, for that facilitator?
That's, that big grant. So it's just spending down the funds that are in.
Oh, gotcha.
We're just a fiscal agent, I guess, so. Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the vouchers.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Dalzell, seconded by Commissioner Marsh to approve the vouchers. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Marsh,
Yes.
Commissioner Dalzall,
Yes.
Commissioner Pelton.
Yes.
Commissioner Kleeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Beaner.
Yes, motion carried. Sally, did you wanted to just mention something?
Just wanted to mention, it did go out in everybody's tax statements, but there is a primary residence tax credit for 2024 and 2025. You have to apply online through the state of North Dakota. It's nothing that we do here. The dates are January 1st to March 31st, and you will get $500 off your primary residence, off those taxes. And it is in conjunction with your vet's credit and if you have a homestead credit. So they'll do one first, and then they'll apply the $500. You wouldn't get a refund back, but it would bring your taxes down to $0. So it's a good program, especially with, inflation, things going on now. And it's available for anybody who owns a home or for their primary residence. So it's a good program. We did mail these out. We do have them up at the counter also. So when people come to pay taxes, we're reminding them of it also. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's very simple.
It's got to be easy. I did mine last night.
You just need to have your tax statement.
Yeah, and you've just had to find your tax statement.
Yep, just have your tax statement. And if our residents can't find them, they can definitely call in and we'll get one emailed to them quickly. Or get them the number they need, because basically you need your parcel
Parcel
number.
number on it.
Yep, so we can get that easily. And if anybody has any questions, they can either call the state or call our office. We're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, I got a comment to make. I am, the state's attorney in the county is pressing charges on me because my wife typed a note for me on my laptop. Now, we are turning all our information over to a company that we know nothing about. I think I'm getting picked on. I'm not liking it.
Mr. Kleeman, that would be a matter that we, that shouldn't be brought out in a commission meeting.
Oh, yeah?
But if, like I said, when we can talk about something like that, we can definitely talk to you and your attorney about that.
Well, I just want to know why we're letting our information out to other people when I'm getting charges against me.
There is no merit to any charges, and I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. So that is why I say that it wouldn't be a proper forum right now.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made to adjourn by Commissioner Kleeman, seconded by Commissioner Dalzell. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I
Opposed, meeting adjourned.